Many people ask me about how to identify the sa of a song. Firstly, you have to be able to identify the swaras of a rag, a song, and that needs a lot of ear training and years of practice and learning and experience. With rag music or the khayal, we have always been training students to identify the swaras, and that makes it easier because if you know a rag and a song is based on a rag, you know the swaras of a rag, you can identify them. Then in the song also, you can very easily identify the swaras. For example, supposing a rag is based on, a song is based on Yaman. Naam gum jayega. So, da ra 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 ra. So, pa pa ma re ga ma ma ga pa ma ma re sa. I came back to sa. I could match it with Yaman. So it was easy for me to get the sa. Pa ma re ma ga pa re sa, ni re ga ma pa ma ga re sa. So it was easy. For other songs also, it's kind of years of experience which helped me to identify the sa, to get the right sa of a song. Sometimes it's complex, sometimes even I had problems. But with time and practice, it got easier. This is for the pancham based songs like ni re ga ma pa sa ga pa. The root chord is this. But in the Western concept, they'll have the same sa for this song. But if the root chord changes, that is, if the song becomes a madhyam based song, like the ma is the main center note. Here the pa is the center. Not exactly center, sa ga pa. We can get the chord here. But if the ma is a primary note and it is a focus of a song, then the concept changes. Like in Western concept, they'll have a different sa, we'll have a different sa. How? I'll tell you. Supposing we take a madhyam. So for this song, supposing Salona sa sajan hai aur main hoon. So if I take this as the sa ga ma da ni sa ni pa ga ma re ni sa ka ga ma. So ma is the highlight. Like every time I'm going back to ma. It sounds like the madhyam is a very primary swar. So sa ga ma da. So sa ga ma. But this is not a chord. This doesn't form a chord. Sa ga ma. Always sa ga pa forms a chord. Minor or major depending on the ga. Shuddha Gandhar major and Komal Gandhar minor. But here this doesn't form a chord. So the Western concept would say this is not the sa. We can write notations using this as the sa, because sa ga ma da ni sa ni da ni ba ga ma re sa re ni sa da ni sa ga ma. We are used to this because there are so many ragas in Indian music. Ragesri, Bagesri, all these are madhyam based, and we say the sa as this. That's not an issue. But in Western concept, they'll find out the root chord and decide the sa accordingly. So here the root chord becomes ma dha sa. This is the sa ga pa, sa shuddha ga pa. So sa, this ma becomes the sa. Sa ga pa. So sa ni da pa pa ni sa ga ma pa ma re ni sa da ma pa ni sa. The notation changes like this. So this is the basic difference. You can follow either of them, but both of the techniques require a lot of practice, ear training, listening, understanding the swaras, and of course if you have training in classical music, it will help. but you have to be patient, and you have to try to analyze any song, any rag you are learning currently. Listen to as many musicians possible and find out what swaras they are using. So it's easier with rag music because it focuses only on few swaras, few combinations of swaras. It won't take all the 12 notes together. In Thumri, I say Thumri singing is even more difficult because it can involve anything. I mean, it is based on a rag, but it's very complex. Like you can mix any swar, you can go make it mishra. So there you can use any of the 12 notes. So that's why it's difficult to find out even what swaras people are singing in Thumri or in ghazal or in light music also. So in classical music, in rag music, it's easier. Like if it's Ahir Bhairav, I know these are the swaras I'm using, and I'll only focus on trying to find out, okay, I'll have to find out these swaras in any rendition of Ahir Bhairav I can listen to. Whenever I'm listening to Ahir Bhairav or Yaman of any artist, I'm analyzing, okay, this person is using, this musician is using these swaras, these combinations. I try to find them out. So with this, the practice gets intense. Like with Ahir Bhairav, you have a set of swar, you can practice. With Yaman, again, another set. With different ragas, the sets become different. And another advantage is, like if you get like the Indian songs, many of them are based in classical music on ragas. So if you are used to identifying or knowing the swaras of a particular rag, and when you are learning so many bandishes or compositions in a particular rag, it's much easier to match them. Automatically your brain will do the work for you. Like if you listen to a song based on Yaman, and if you know Yaman, you'll automatically relate to that, and then you can identify the swaras and also find out the sa easily. So this is a good reason to learn classical music, but of course it needs patience. It can't be achieved in a day or maybe not even in a year. So, and of course a lot of patience is required. You have to keep on trying, but once you achieve this, you'll feel the difference, how different and how powerful you can be, how much control you have over the music you are doing. So you'll feel the difference.